Well, I'm super, super proud of this chapter. Beauty Marks Entertainment has been very special and probably by far the most important project of my career, essentially, because this is my first time I've ever taken everything into full control. And now, being the CEO of my own company, my own record label, it's a whole different hat that I'm wearing, a whole new hat that I'm wearing. And it's been an incredible challenge. And Beauty Marks, the idea or the name of our company is kind of behind the idea of all the obstacles that you face in life. All the scars that you get from the obstacles you face in life are actually your beauty marks.
Yeah.
And so the idea is like, I think for every person, like whether it's a young girl or boy, doesn't matter. We also talk about having the idea of like, why not you? Why not you be able, to go and run your own company? Or, be able to go and run your own company. And in my case, I always dreamt of having my own record label, but it wasn't necessarily in my plans when it happened.
Yeah.
And it kind of happened by way of like perfect timing. And I say God's timing, because I had went through a whole, I'll kind of try to walk you through it as quick as I can. But I was 8 months pregnant recording my album. And I was actually signed to Warner Brothers at that time period. And a little bit before that, I remember I was in the process of negotiating with Warner Brothers, and I was like 3 months pregnant, and I was so excited but so nervous at the same time because when I started the talks with that label, I wasn't pregnant, and then the deal was taking longer to like put together, and then
all
I'm
the
like,
business stuff that we don't understand
and
about.
then I'm like, here it is, I'm having the sweetest time in my life, essentially, or another one of the sweetest times in my life. I'm pregnant, and then with my first daughter, and then I'm like, okay, like what is this going to mean in our deal making process? Is the deal going to happen? And me and my husband talked, me and Russell talked, and he was super supportive. He's like, look, this is one of the most beautiful times in your life. Like you can't be afraid of that. Like you can't, like, because I was like, what is this going to mean, right?
Yeah.
Because unfortunately in our industry, oftentimes when you get pregnant, people kind of put this they kind of create this image of what you will become or what you want to do. Like, oh, she wants to be a housewife. She just wants to do this. They're not going to.
That's sad too.
Yeah. And I mean, that's just the reality though, right? And I think it's becoming more and more common for corporations and businesses to embrace when women go on that phase in their life.
I feel like that's a no-brainer. Like,
you know what? I mean,
not that we have to get into it, but why not? Like, why is this such like a... I mean, we heard it with Cardi recently when she was like, we all kind of knew like what you're talking about because you've been in the game a lot longer. So what you're talking about is like, I knew this kind of is what it is. Yeah. And then Cardi was like, I can't believe they're doing this. But it's like, they're doing, but she was out with it too. Yeah. And I'm glad that you're talking about it too because it's one of those stigmas that like, again,
we can do anything, okay?
Of course.
All my ladies, where y'all at? All my mamas, they got jobs. They got to do the job of being a mom. They also got their family life. It's so much to balance, but I always say that we're all built for all that we go through in life, and that's for woman and man. It doesn't matter. We all are, and it's all about how we look at things. We just have to embrace, the journey.
And that's what you did. That's
So I was like, so I shared it with at that time period. There was an executive named Monty Olson who was the senior vice president of A&R, and he was the one that actually was part of getting my deal with the label at time period, and so with Warner at that time. And I told him, and he didn't flinch. He's a family guy too, and he was just like, whatever we got to do, we'll make it happen. He's like, we'll fly to you, we'll do. Like he was so supportive, and that was the greatest relief of life.
That's like a weight off.
Oh yeah, weight off. I'm excited. We're gonna keep on going.
From the top of the Empire State Building. C100.